Hi everyone, and welcome to the second video of my little video clips. These don't take very long. The first one was very short. This might be a little bit longer. But after you get into Blackboard and you find the OLIS2 Online Learning Initiative Summer 2020 course, okay, and you click in, this is exactly what you're going to see, the very first page. All right, so you make sure, okay, that you scroll down, look at the introductory video. All right, you should be in Mozilla Firefox or you should be in Chrome. Please do not use Internet Explorer unless you want to pull your hair out and go nuts. All right, the course began April the 27th and will end May 30th. Okay, so you have a good chunk of time, not a lot, but a good chunk of time. All right, you should read, you should have finished before you came to the course, the roadmap. There are 6 modules. Obviously, it's very difficult to do that while you're still learning how to use the platforms to make sure that you're teaching your students properly. This is an emergency situation, so obviously you might not have completed all 6 modules. However, we're encouraging you that while you're within the week to try to finish to try to work on the roadmap and try to finish it as soon as you can during each week. So don't just try and do it all today or all tomorrow. It's just too late for that. Keep this link open, okay? Keep this open because the recommendation is you keep this open in one tab, the online initiative course in another. Here's the tab. Try and keep them together. And your own course. And this is my course, all right, business communication. Now, I teach differently than everybody else does. You teach differently than anybody else does. So our courses are not going to look alike. But the idea is to make sure that you have all 3 of these tabs open. Why? Because what you learn here and what you learn here must be applied here to your course. This is not sitting down there reading these things and taking tests because we have nothing else to do. All of this, the roadmap, the online initiative, the OLIS2 initiative, both of these work together to complete the course itself. And this is my course, Business Communication, Spring 2020. I don't teach anything in the summer. Okay? So that's why you don't see a summer course. All right? So understand that these 2 entities are to help you to make sure that you populate. So when you learn something here, look for it in the roadmap and then make sure you apply it. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about specifically. All right. So after you read all of this, it's telling you what the initiative, what the units are, what they're supposed to do, and all of this other stuff. All right. There are 5 units. Defining expectations is the first one. Resources the second. Course design, interaction, and all of that. Okay. So when you finish reading all of that and watching the video, watch the video first. Go in the order. It's not going to kill you to go into the order. All right, the OLI course content section, click into that, okay? You do the pre-survey. This is an anonymous survey intended to provide a general idea of the preparedness and needs of those participating in this training to develop online courses. It is a very useful tool to guide us in making making this as valuable an experience as we possibly can for you and everyone involved, and we're thanking you for your participation. This must be completed before you go here. Complete this before you go here. How do you take the survey? Click in. All right. They ask you to begin. I'm not going to cheat and show you all of that. Okay. So then we go back. I'll probably get some little error message. Suppose I didn't get that. Okay. And so you have to complete the survey, not the roadmap. Not the roadmap. We want to try to complete the roadmap before you finish the course. Okay, so but for this, before you go on to Unit 1, the pre-survey for online learning is what we need. All right, now you're ready to rock and roll. Now you're ready to get in. What is this unit going to be about? All right, you have unlimited attempts to take the quiz. You're certainly not going to take the quiz before you do the course. All right, you already did the pre-survey. So, doing the defining expectations, you watch the video to make sure you understand what we're going to be doing. It's an orientation video with the talking about course description, course objectives. Most of you have all of this. There's no doubt about it. Course syllabus, online participation policy, which should be in your syllabus, textbook and materials, which should be in your syllabus as well. Okay, so whichever way you want to do it. And also, please, your course syllabus should be in a PDF file. Why? Because when students open up any attachment, it's so much easier to do PDF because it pops open as opposed to Word that you have to find it somewhere and all of this and all of that. Okay, so please make sure that when you're doing the syllabus that you are completing this and you're saving this as a PDF file. Okay. I'm going to talk about contact information later on, much later on. All online participants can complete most of the following activities in your group's discussion board. Now, what do we mean by a group discussion board? Wonderful that you asked the question. Terrific. You don't see the word discussion board here. All right, so that means you all are in groups. You're in Christina and my group, so we're group 1. Click into groups. And you'll notice group 1, Sandy Figueroa and Christina Michael. Click in. And you'll see you'll see the list of participants for our group, but you'll also see group discussion board. All right. So that's nobody else outside of our group can see this. The administrator for the course, Eric, can see everything. All right. All of the groups, but we can only see our own group. All right. So you click in. Okay. Click in because this is not a topic. Sandy Figueroa and Christina Michael. Right? Click in. Now you could either ask questions. Look at what Christopher did. He asked a question. And then we've given you questions, the icebreaker questions. We would really love to hear, okay, your feelings. So here are, we can't hear your feelings. We really would like to hear what you think and how you're feeling. All right. Thank you, because I know I'm going to have a grammarian say I spoke incorrectly. Okay, please. So we have 3 questions that we're asking you. 3 questions to get you started. For the feel, I remember that I think it was Professor Jordan, even I was in and out, asking about the discussion board and how to deal with it. Whatever. It wasn't no, it was it was Carmen who wanted to know about working more productively with the discussion board. So we could always start with an icebreaker. We've given you an example of an icebreaker that you're certainly not using for your students, but something that you can experience, and then you can start thinking about your students, what a good icebreaker would be for them. Describe what you think is the ideal online experience for your students. Reflect on your experience teaching online this semester or any other online teaching experience that you may have had that you want to share with our team. And how would you like to interact with all the team members? All right. Would you like us to collaborate? We might use WebEx because that's a possibility. Once a week or only through the team discussion board. Tell us meaning Christine and me, what comfort level you have. We have to meet once a week. So I don't know if you want to just meet through a discussion board, Blackboard Collaborate, or WebEx. That's what we're going to be using, WebEx. We will teach you how to use Blackboard Collaborate for your classes, and I'm pretty sure almost all of you are proficient in that. Okay, but for now, we're looking at Icebreaker. Okay, so you understand. And how do we respond? We click Reply, and you'll notice, folks, that it looks like a regular dialog box. Okay, so yes, my online teaching experiences are very challenging. Okay, and then you click submit, and everybody in the team can see your question. Okay, so since I was not the first person and Flora was, mine goes all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to delete this because this was just a sample. All right, good. Okay, so we know how to use the discussion board. That was not your question, Carmen, I know that, but this is one way of looking at what to do, and I'm sure you must have said you use an icebreaker, but unfortunately I couldn't hear that. All right, so we're just starting with icebreakers, so you feel comfortable with each other. Okay, and to get out of the discussion board, to go back to the site, okay, you simply go back to OLI course content. All right, unless they have okay. All right, so I wanted to explain that to you. We have blogs. You'll see that when you play around with the site. Okay, watch the video. We talked about this. Clearly explain, state the expectations of the course. Read through all of this, folks, so that you will be able to understand. We all know what a course description is. The course description has to, in your syllabus, has to look exactly as the course description in the course catalog, in the college catalog. Can't be anything different. You may expand on what you expect to learn in this class. You can expand on that, but the course description must be the same as the in your syllabus as it is in the college catalog. What are your objectives for the course? Meaning, what are you expecting your students, and what are your students expecting from you? The course syllabi. You have all of this. You have all of this. Course contact information. I want to go through this very carefully, very quickly and carefully. When we're looking at your contact information, yeah, all of you are researchers and you do heavy duty research, and that's wonderful. That's why one of the reasons you were hired. It wasn't the only reason you were hired. That's one of the reasons that you were hired. But there's something else to your life. You have another life besides research. All right? And if you want to talk about your research in a language that everybody can understand. Remember, some of our students, this is their first semester in college. For some of our students, they haven't been in school for years. So when you start talking about molecular this and mathematical that, no one's going to understand what you're talking about. Just talk about the passion that you have for research and why you're doing this. What do you expect that this will happen, in your research? So please be conscious of your audience and talk a little bit more about yourself. Do you have a pet? Do you have a hobby that you like? Don't talk about things that are personal, that you came from Vietnam and went through refugee camps and all of this other stuff. That's important information for them as you go through the course and you want to allude to yourself. But for now, make it light, not very heavy. So just make sure you talk a little bit about who you are. You don't have to divulge you just got your green card or you became a citizen. You don't have to divulge all of that. But what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? You like to walk? I love opera. I love European classical music. I love our traditional, what the Europeans call our traditional folk music, which is classical music for us. So please, whatever it is that you call it. I love Turner Classic Movies. I love film. I love the theater. So, things like that. You might hate all of that and you just like to go out for walks or walk by the beach or whatever. All right, textbook requirements. Again, there is nothing new or original. So you should be able to upload all of this in Blackboard. The question is, where are you going to put it? Where do you want to put it? Where do you want to make it look attractive? But for heaven's sake, please make sure that by Friday you have this posted, because upload it into Blackboard, because it's already there in your site. Now, where you can put up all of that would be in course information. And you see what I just did? After we talked about this, and I didn't even go into the roadmap, I went straight to my course so that I could put all of that material that I talked about, the syllabus, the course description, the course objectives, in course information. Okay? So that's what I mean by making sure that your course is open with the OLIS2 course, so that you can put the course description, course objectives, if you want to separate this, but I also have my syllabus. Okay? So just want to make sure that you understand that. Okay, and go down, online participation policy. That should be in your syllabus as well. Discussion topic. Please respond to the following prompt in your group's discussion board. Why might providing information about parameters for communicating with students be important? And there's a little podcast of me if you really want to hear this, whatever. Okay, and if you do not see the quiz, then you did not check the mark review button for the item defining expectations. So go back and make sure that you've done everything. So make sure you go through and notice how the course is being organized. And this is a model for you to emulate. Okay, folks? So as I said, this was a little longer than the 1 minute and something seconds. This is now 14 minutes. And it's just a little bit too long, but you get the idea. I'm not going to be that long for our next video. Okay, folks? Thanks so very much. Bye-bye.